Hey. Hey guys, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna get started. Happy Tuesday. I am excited. My name is Rudy, or I go by Rudy. My name is Renita, and I decided to create a platform because I am recently, as of 3 years, became a realtor along with some other jobs that I do, and I felt like from some of my experiences as a realtor in such a ever-changing community, the experiences that I did have, and some of them were, of course, everybody likes to get paid, but some of them were life change and just kind of perspective, giving you your why and a lot of things. So it's always good to have just a conversation. That's what we're doing today. So today I have a young lady, Shakira, who's waiting to join us. I've known her since high school, and it's always another full circle moment that I'm still able to, to reach back to those people, those communities that I know and love and that have supported me, whether it was anything that I've, hosted or anything that I've done. And it's always good to have that, to be able to have those conversations and be transparent and, you're not in this alone. So it's always good to have that. Shakira is looking to get on, but she is a boss. She has her own jewelry company. She also has a few more things. Let her on, and then we'll go from there. Just giving her an amazing introduction of Miss Shakira, and I'm gonna let her on in a second. Can you hear me? Hey, Auntie. Glad you could join. Hey, Shakira. What's up, girl?
First time on the gram live, I was like, did I do this
Yes.
right?
So, like I was stating, I have a businesswoman, a boss mom here, Miss Shakira, and also a realtor that I've known since high school, at least been in passing since high school. But we were in English class. Is kind of where we first started back in ninth or 10th grade, one of those grades.
Let's not state the year, please. No, I'm kidding.
But we sat next to each other, so we had to like copy off of each other. Like,
A
do you
period.
understand what's
You
happening?
got to keep
So
the community alive,
we
okay?
definitely did. So since we had that rapport, it was always good
Yeah.
to reach back now that we're moms. She's recently had a newbie, and so have I. I have a 2-year-old, so we're in that same space
I'm right behind you.
of doing it all over again. But she really did it all over again. But
Yeah.
I'm
16
not gonna
years
go into
later.
detail. But yes, so just wanted to introduce her amazing story, some things about her. She has a jewelry brand, um, or lifestyle jewelry brand with sunglasses
Yes.
and also jewelry, rings and necklaces and bracelets. One of a kind pieces.
Um,
One of a kind pieces that you don't find everywhere. So, and she tailor it to whatever it is that you like. That's one of her jobs. And she's also bartending. She does that very well. So, I'm sure she's hired. You can hire her for services
Look,
if you
pull up
need to.
on me.
If you need to. And of course, she's a part of the realtor club. So, and we have bonded, being that we were once on the same, or actually we're still in the same brokerage, but once on a different brokerage where we kind of rekindled that friendship, and now we're at Samson together. And of course, I said, well, I know I wanted to do other people, different backgrounds, and so why not also interview somebody who understands the struggle, especially being a new mom and understanding the ropes that you have to end up, tying yourself up in, because that's kind of what
Mhm.
it is. But give a little introduction about yourself, and a few things of what makes you unique, or something that
Okay,
somebody could take
I can handle
home.
that. So like you said, I have a upcycle jewelry brand where I recycle jewelry. I take broken, unwanted items and I revamp them and give them a new life. So each piece is a one of a kind. So that's one business that I've been handling for about, what's this year, 2023, for 12 years now. Pays bills. I would love for it to have bigger checks, but it's a passion that my mom and I have, and we don't have a mom and pop business, but we have a mom and daughter business. So we've been running it, and it's been very successful for us. Like I said, it's not about the money for that particular business. It's about, the experience, giving people, that piece that just makes their outfit pop. I also am in real estate, like Renita said. What we calling you, Rudy, today? Like
Either
Rudy
one, I'm
said.
fine with it.
So real estate, I've been in real estate for 2 years, a little over 2 years. It's been since 2021.
Yeah.
And then I also jumped into second time parenthood 16 years later. I have a son that's 16 years old, and now I have she'll be 6 months on Thursday. So
six
juggling all of
months
those
and
businesses.
16, like, how, yeah, it's crazy.
I did this strategically, y'all. I got an in-house
You're right.
babysitter.
You're
I'm
right.
kidding, but
That was
that's,
definitely strategic. Okay, we're gonna go with
I don't
that.
know about the strategy, but love make you do crazy things.
Uh,
And we're here now, and we are great. I'm doing great with business, and I'm doing great with my children too. And I'm balancing it all as a mom. And I
as a
take care of
mom,
myself as well. That self-care part is a must
it's
as well.
definitely a must, and that's great. I'm so excited that you were able to join us tonight. We're not going to take too much of your time. We like to be on time, and we like to also, be mindful of other people who may have other things, but they joined us and they gave us some love. So we're going to take that and we're going to run with it. So for the
Yeah.
first question, we've already answered. You've been in real estate for about 2-3 years now, and it just went
Blows
fast.
my
It's
mind.
like, oh
Right.
my
It's a
goodness, how did I
whirlwind.
get here? And then also understanding um, the ins and outs of real estate that sometimes kind of puts you in different space mindset, like how you want to,
Mhm.
strategize for your children. How do you see yourself being able to do that for real estate for yourself in the community, and then for first for your family, and then for the
Uh,
community?
Loaded question. So my I did this because I want to provide for my family, of course. My newborn wasn't thought of when I started real estate, but my boyfriend and he's been investing in me. I've been investing in him and our businesses. And it's not necessarily always a monetary thing, but it's spending time talking about how we want to grow together. And then for my son, I want to do real estate for my son. Not just because I want to provide, but it could be an option for him that isn't the strategy that everybody said. You got to go to college. You got to do
Mm-hmm.
this. You gotta. So I like to explore options. And I've been independent business owner for 3 years straight. No Nobody's paying for anything for me. I pay for my health insurance and everything out of my own pocket. My son and his father, we have an agreement, praise
Amen.
the Lord for that one. But, just paying for those kinds of things, I've been doing it self-sufficient. And I want to show my son that if that's an avenue that he wants to go down, college doesn't have to be that route. So we've been working on it. 16-year-old, I got to stroke him and teach him the things that I'm learning in order to keep moving. So I put him to work a little bit with this real estate, definitely. He's my door hanger. He'll go deliver messages and business cards to my neighbors, and we do it monthly. We send them snacks and stuff. So we're farming our area and teaching them how I do my business, and to teach them that my son is willing to jump in there too. So
That's really good.
my strategy is just to show him, you got to put in work to get what you want in life. It's not going to just come to you. And I feel like sometimes this generation, the 16-year-olds, the teenagers, they feel like it's just going to come.
Just
Microwave
not the favorite.
The microwave generation. Yeah. So
And
that's
you,
where I'm at with strategy. I don't know if it's so strategic all the time, but I know that I have to etch it in his brain. So when he gets out there in the world, he'll have some sense of what's going on out here.
then that's good. I also, like you said, take into consideration you bring your kids along for some of the showings. I mean, if the client is okay with it, so they can really take it in and say, oh, this is what my mom does, and I really
Hmm.
do this, and they really take those nuggets, and as much as you think they're not paying attention, they're paying attention. They're they're
Mm.
making themselves uh little construction workers, or
Look, we
business women
even
and
don't have to do with
businessmen.
real estate. It's like
And
take that in and run with that concept, please.
yeah, and we can
Don't go out
definitely,
there and tell
they
people
can
I ain't show
start
you
early. I
nothing.
tell them to start early, when it comes to, like, I do have two bonus kids, and I say
Okay.
get real estate. Even if it's always something to have in your back pocket. Even if it say I wanted to do this, but guess what? I can always make a sale. I can always make a deal. Of course you
Agreed.
got to work hard, but it's the opportunity.
I agree.
And so being able to have that opportunity, get yourself something else other than the college way, or
Yeah,
you become a mechanic, or,
that's in
something
addition.
else,
There's
something
the
like
options.
that. So, and then I also stated, what that question was, how do I know you are an advocate of showing up in your community? I think most of us are, but you per se, really, that's a lot of the things that I've seen as following you in this, in you growing in real estate, is that I want to put in my community. I want to make my community better. I want to show my community how real estate, shows up.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit more about
So
that.
I'll be honest. I had to take some time off with the new baby and things, so my base clientele kind of
It
went
happens.
wherever they went, and that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this industry, because of the market and because of the people get scared about this interest rate, but the people that are scared of an interest rate never had an interest rate before,
No.
so it's
What you scared?
difficult. It's difficult
Yeah.
to keep them together. And then what
Mm.
I find is my favorite part is when I meet my peers like you that are getting into the game. And, I've been in for 2 years. I'm smart as a whip. I'm not playing. When somebody teach me something, I'm going smack at it. There's a lot of avenues in the real estate industry, but when I meet people that want advice about getting into real estate or coming to my brokerage, I'm partial, but I also keep an open mind when it comes to it because I don't want to show anybody that I'm telling you this is what you should do. But I give them the broad spectrum ideas of what goes on in the industry. But every deal is a different deal. Every issue is another issue. Whatever somebody taught you that day, that year, it's
It,
constantly changing.
it may not even be like that. Like, we don't do that no more. You're like,
No, it's forever
hey.
changing. The interest rate is changing. Everything is changing. So those things, like when I get to talk to people about just generic stuff and just the idea of being a realtor, and I always get it's family members a lot of times, but that's still my community, and they'll go, "So what you think about real estate?"
Yeah.
Be like, what you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you the truth or a lie? And they be like, I want you to tell me the truth. And I'm like, it's rough. It's not easy.
Uh,
It's not no, oh, I need some side money type of job. It's not an extracurricular gig. You got to put your heart, your soul, and
what you
maybe your
put in is
kids
what you get
into it
out.
too.
What you put in and what you got. Exactly. What you
Exactly.
put in, amen to that. Exactly.
I'm
So
telling you, you have to
again,
put a
going with
lot
that,
in it.
what you put in, what you get out, have as you go, and has you been have you as you've been able to navigate this experience or these experiences with your clients and your clientele, how is that either tailor tailor what you do, or kind of draw back of what you offer your clients, or in a way where you're saying, okay, that I learned from that experience, what I'm going to do differently,
Um,
tell us about that.
I mean, I don't tailor me because I'm smiling. I'm going to fight for my clients. It's like I treat my clients like their money is my money. So when I'm jumping out there in the
It
streets,
is.
we negotiating like it's my money. We inspecting it like it's my money, and we gonna get in that
Right.
house because I'm gonna fight for that like it's mine. So that part doesn't
Exactly.
change, but like buyers, I think that I've been more inclined for I actually been jumping into the wholesale side of the world, which is not real
Hmm.
estate residential or anything, but it's on that out off market type of thing. So that I have tailored a little bit and I get a couple of coins on that side. I also do renters. Started out doing buyers and I stumbled into renters because somebody just didn't make the cut, and then now I'm doing a renter. So it's still kind of similar to buyers. I treat them all the
Yeah.
same. Your money is my money. We still gonna do what we gotta do. We're still gonna bang to get it done. I just think the buyer interest rate thing is like an obstacle. So it's just always going to be something where you have to stroke somebody's ego. And if they're not confident enough to get out there, then what do? You just follow up with them and you keep the follow up going. I had a client just now, got approved for NACA, got her interest, got her
Congratulations.
solid stuck interest rate, got her approval for her house, and she said she gonna wait till the right time. And I was like, honey,
What?
the right
Oh,
time is now because it's people that don't get approved. It's people that I
especially
feel like
in
are,
NACA.
yeah, it's people, and that's just your leverage home, your starter home. You leverage that home into your whatever other home you want, the $600 million home that you want. That's what you do with the $200,000 home. But she told
Yeah.
me it was not the right time for her. We worked on it for a year. I was shocked, and I'm just gonna follow up with her. She's still gonna be my friend, and we still got a rapport. So whenever it's a cookout or something, or a neighborhood event, I'm still gonna keep rocking with her, and I'm still invite her to everything. And that's just what it's gonna be until she finds the right time.
And that leads us to the next question, because I know family can be a little difficult to work with.
Oh man,
Friends can be a little bit difficult to work with. How do you show up for your family and your friends? Like, are you putting on like kitten gloves, or are you saying,
I'm putting
baby,
on boxing gloves for
get in
everybody.
line, get in
I'm
line,
putting
take a
on
number,
boxing
get in
gloves
line.
for everybody. I really don't fight. Anybody that's looking at it that knows me from high school be like, Shakira, now we know the old me, but the new me, I mean, I'm figuratively putting on boxing gloves for my clients because I got to negotiate. I have to make ideas and be creative for people that are not, they don't always know a creative way of getting into something or getting
Mm-hmm.
into a purchase, or if you're missing out on a couple of dollars, we got to make sure that you know i
Thanks.
I got to figure out those ways. So, oh look, my friend Talisha,
I
she
see
says
that.
I'm a
Amazing.
friend.
She said showed up and showed out. And that's fine. I'm
Hey,
I'm I'm talking about on the side where you gotta either deliver some bad news, or you gotta say, hey, we gotta do something different because their expectations, or you said we're gonna do this and now that changes.
I'm
I
keeping
know
light because
personally, as long as you go ahead,
Talisha
go
was my first sale, and when I tell you I showed up at her property more than she had ever been there for real, because there was some kids that just felt like they needed to just have a party in an abandoned house. And it
oh
wasn't
geez.
abandoned to us. She's putting her work in, she put her finances into making it a nice home for the next buyer, and these kids just kept coming in and destroying things.
Oh my
Talked to the police
goodness.
so much that they knew me around the neighborhood. I was like, okay now. And those were the things that I learned, but I also had to just do it because I was like, my reflex was like, this is my house, even though it's not. And even if it wasn't my friend, I feel
You still
like
would have
what
did
was
it for you.
going on. Yeah,
I mean,
because
you
I
still would have did
didn't
it for your
know.
client because they trust you. I mean, at the end of the day, they're putting their investment in your
And
hands.
these
And
are big investments. It's not no
yeah,
little boy stuff. It's not no little girl stuff. This is big time money. Your whole credit is
this
being
is
put up on the
it, right?
line.
Exactly. This is
Yeah.
it. And they're like, okay. I'm not going to take this lightly. This is definitely something that
Oh,
I need
thank
to
you,
make.
Talisha. She said I went above and beyond.
Yeah.
I was out
Talking
there
to the
talking to
neighbors,
her neighbors
exactly.
and everything, girl. I was talking to the neighbors. I was like, excuse me, y'all
And
need to
that's
know
what
that
you
this is what's
you
happening.
definitely have to take. You might have to, the nice clothes on. You might see the nice clothes, but you gotta roll your gloves up. You got to be packing for
Well,
your client. You say, "Hey, girl, we need you out of here. Let's go."
I'm
So
typically
it's
I'm not the suit wearing real estate agent. I like to be
well, you
comfortable.
still
So
have
I
nice
be,
clothes. You don't have to be the suit one, but
yeah,
you
oh no,
definitely
I mean, I'm not dirty, but I be in a sweatshirt and some tennis shoes real quick if we going into an abandoned property, if we going
hey,
into something we
and
don't
that's
know what
yeah.
we're
Well,
doing,
in that case,
so
but
we
I
can
mean,
get
as
to
in like when you're
moving.
taking your lifestyle pictures, you typically have
Yeah,
on an
you catch
outfit.
me in my
It's a fit.
picture, but yeah,
Most cases you have a fit, and so that's all I'm saying is that you definitely have to show up in any way,
period.
whether it be like, okay, all right, what we gotta do today? Okay, we need to get you in this house. Okay, we need, on their line, on
Hmm.
whatever it is that you need to do, whether you're buying or selling, is that you make it your best effort to
Yeah. I'll
make
also
the
say that
deal.
Talisa, she got in my ass because that was my first sale, and she definitely was like, "Bruh,
It was a
what you
learning
doing?"
experience. Yes, it was a learning experience,
Yeah,
and that's what you learn, being able to have this different experiences that you say, okay, next time
I know what I'm gonna
I got this,
do.
I got this. You ain't gonna get
Yeah,
me the second time. So if you had
period.
to, like you said, if you knew somebody that was looking and said, hey, I think I want to do real estate, and I think that's something that interests me, what would be some advice you would give them?
Um, so I wrote it up. One thing: strap up your boots.
Strap them up.
Strap up your boots. Don't be wearing no flip flops, no slides. Like this, not no easy job. You got to strap up your boots. And that part, I didn't know like what that statement necessarily meant until I got into real estate. I was
Mm-hmm.
in customer service for 10 years before I got into real estate, and that's the main thing I could think of because everybody's like, "Well, what does it feel like? How do you feel about it?" I mean, I get checks, but let's be clear, I work for them joints. And I
Yes,
don't get
that
paid
part.
in the process
The
until we
price
close the
completes. Yeah.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is like you have to stay consistent. And the consistency is going to take some time and it's going to take a process. It's going to take a lot of learning curve because you got to figure out what it is that you need to be consistent with, but don't be too hard on yourself in the process. Cuz I was like, I got to do this stuff. I got to get this done. I'm
Yeah.
not moving fast enough. Mind you, I worked my entire pregnancy all the way up until the due date.
We can
And
be
everybody's
so
like,
hard
what are
on
you doing?
ourselves.
Sit down.
We can't. I
I was like,
totally get.
sit down
We've
for
both
what?
been
So I can lose
pregnant. We
clients?
was pregnant at the same time, trying to.
Girl, let
I
that
got right
baby
at the
come out so
beginning
I
of
can
my
go back to
stuff.
my clients, okay?
Exactly. We
Yeah,
could be so hard on ourselves. And unfortunately, in society, it's like, oh, and then just that world of in real estate, it's kind of like if you don't get the deal, somebody else will. So you have that in the back of your mind as much
yep.
as you want to have that time with your family and your friends and your new baby. You're kind of like, oh, I still got to get back to the
Gotta
grind. I still have
bring
to
a
be able to
laptop,
get,
gotta work at
get
4
to,
a.m. and schedule all your text
yeah.
messages so that they'll know that you're still working. It's a lot.
That part. And the fact that I mean, technology has evolved so much. Just imagine if you were way back when they went, there was no text messages and not, maybe an email you might could
You
send.
gotta wake up in the morning and send 30 text messages by
Yeah.
hand? Oh,
Yeah.
nah,
So,
son.
yeah. Or
I'm, I'm,
call them. So
I'm a
calling
bit
and
happy
leaving
for
messages.
technology. That
Amen for
AI
that.
too. You use
Amen for
AI.
that. Yes, that's one
Yeah.
trick that has now. Oh, so is that one of your jewels that you drop in the day for the newbies?
Sure.
Be sure to check into to the AI. I believe that's also because even that they're gonna take it over. They take it one way or the
Yeah.
other. Either get
Let's
in
just be
line or get
clear. It's
gone.
still a computer. It's not you. It's not Rudy. It's not Shakira. It's not the next man. It's hard for anybody to get your
Mhm.
tone. But if you need something quick, I think that it's a great tool to use to get something quick, and then you got to go in and modify what you needed quick so that it still sounds like
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like a computer said, "Hey, B, C, D, E, F, G." You know, it
And
do
what?
be looking computerized. I won't get into it, but I put in some stuff to like say, the talk about the tone and
Hmm.
who was delivering the tone. And the chat GPT got an idea of what we sound like.
Really? Okay, well, thanks for that, ma'am. I
Yes, please
appreciate
look
it.
it
I hear
up.
that. I hear Shakira dropping those jewels about the AI and your tone, whether it be in real estate or any other business that
Yep.
you either selling or marketing yourself. It's always about the tone and how you
Mm-hmm.
present yourself and how your customers see you show up for them, how how you come off to them. Like, oh, okay, that don't really sound like her. She sound
Yeah.
like this in person, but
Right.
some people could be turned off. They may say, "Oh, that's not really her. I
Yeah.
don't
Just
really care for that."
for
They
example, like
don't
if you
return
say
your call.
hi or hey, that's a difference. And I say hey more than I say hi, or I say hola because that's just something that's stuck in my head. So sometimes I say that to my clients
Uh
via
huh.
email. Hola, what y'all doing in there? Like, where y'all been?
They like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Uh,
So
of
I'm glad you were able to give us a chat in this Realtor Talk
course. Thank you
crew.
for
We had a
having
good
me.
time.
I appreciate it.
Thank you
You got
for joining
my wheels
us. I
turning out
want
here,
to.
girl.
What you say?
You got my wheels turning now. I need to be
Okay,
doing
young lady.
something
And
more
all I
on
want,
social.
you could let the people know, how to follow you, whether on any of your other platforms or on your real estate platforms, how they can get in contact with you.
I mean, if you know my name, then you can find me anywhere.
I believe-
Don't judge the pictures from the 90s because I used to model back in the day.
Hey,
But my Instagram, Facebook handle is Shakira Has the Keys. And I'm not on Twitter just yet, but I feel like it's something I should get on for the
another thing we got to learn. Yeah, I
yeah,
get it. I get it.
so many
So
things,
follow
so little
Shakira
time. But I'm definitely on
on
Facebook and
on
Instagram.
Instagram and
What's
Facebook and
happening?
possibly Twitter. Please follow her. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate you. Stay safe. We
Thank you
love you. Thanks
for
again.
having me. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you for
We need to
being. Thank
see
you for being.
each other in person or
I
something for
know. I
lunch.
know. We do, girl. Let's put that on the back. Put that on the back
Okay,
here. We
let's
do
get
that
some work done.
offline.
Let's close a couple more checks because we're in the last quarter. We gotta get our
Yes,
goals completed.
that
So
part.
for the new year, we gonna go to lunch.
Exactly.
All
That
right.
part.
Talk to
So
you
yes,
later.
thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with us for Realtor and Talk. And we will see you next Tuesday, same time, same channel.
All
Peace.
right, and I'll follow you. I'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Oh, look at Felicia. Good job, Rudy.
Thank